Hey everyone, I want to intro you today to a game called Monster Train. Um, as someone who loves both Slay the Spire and XCOM, Monster Train feels like a game that's been built in a very appealing way for me. It takes elements from both, and I've just been loving playing it recently. Full disclosure, I was sponsored to create Monster Train content. I was paid to play the game on stream for 3 hours. Further full disclosure, I have played it for 27 hours in the last 3 days, and I haven't been paid to make this YouTube video. So you can, just like ethically, it's important for me to disclose that stuff to you so that you can judge how honest I'm being with you as one of my viewers. Yeah, yeah, I've been playing this game a lot. So today I want to talk about how good hidden passage is, and we're gonna start by me showing you this page of spells. These are some of the cards in Monster Train. There are a whole bunch of them. There are red cards, there are blue cards, there are purple cards and green cards, and one other color of cards that I can't remember right now. How embarrassing. Um, and brown cards, that's the one. And Hidden Passage is one of those cards. It costs 1 ember, which is the name in this game for that like energy or mana resource that shows up in all sorts of different games. Actions is another name for it sometimes. And Hidden Passage lets you ascend a unit. So, what does that mean? Well, I'm gonna leave the game window for quite a long time now, so you get to see what the graphics look like a little bit and stuff. But welcome to this blank gray sheet of paint canvas. This is where we're going to hang out for a bit. So, one of the things that I love about any game is if I can explain the rules of the game like sufficiently enough for someone to understand what's vaguely going on in just a couple of minutes. And Monster Train's a game where you get to do that. It's basically a board game. My canvas doesn't go all the way down there. Alright, we'll hang out here then. It's a board game with, sort of imagine it as having 8 squares on it. And what happens is that you put down a minion in one of these squares. You draw a hand of 5 cards, and it will have like minions and spells and things in it. You're playing the Minions of Hell, so I'm actually going to draw our creatures in red here. And then the Minions of Heaven show up. And they show up on the bottom floor, usually. They attack your creature first. If they kill it, it's dead. If not, it gets to attack them back. Let's say that it kills one of them. And then after each exchange attacks, they go up to the next floor, and your creature stays here. And so then you draw another hand of cards. You might like play another creature up here. They will have a bunch of new minions waiting to come aboard. And the point is that if their minions can get to the top floor, you have basically your corrupted heart. The higher is sitting at the top of your train, and it has a certain amount of health and a certain amount of attack, and once they get to the top, they're going to keep attacking it until it can kill them. And that's like your carryover health in this game. And so there are 8 battles corresponding to going through gates of the circles of hell, and then there's a final battle at the end. And in each battle there are somewhere between 4 and I want to say like 8 or 9, I'm not actually sure for certain, waves, which correspond to basically a turn. And at the end, the big bad boss enemy shows up. And the boss enemy is going to keep on fighting you in every floor until either it or you are dead. So if you have managed to set up so that you have like, say you have 3 minions in this floor, the boss enemy is going to keep on exchanging attacks with them. It goes first, then you go, then it goes, over and over again, always striking against your frontmost unit that's still alive, and your units are striking back at its frontmost unit that's still alive. It may show up with a couple of friends, maybe. And so you have this boss fight at the end of every single fight, and hopefully you're able to kill that and survive, and then you go through like a sort of shopping phase where you go to events and pick up gold and pick up a new unit. You get card rewards from like a choice of 2 or 3 different cards at the end of every fight. Sometimes there are trials, which mean that you can say, okay, I'd like to make this fight a little bit harder. The enemies will have +4 attack maybe, but I'll get an extra reward for it. Maybe I will get an extra card choice at the end of the fight. So you can, if you're super strong right now, you can try to convert that into an advantage going further on. You don't just have minion cards, you also might have a shock card, so you can shoot this and kill it. Or you might have a buff card, so you can give this unit a permanent or maybe only temporary buff. You might be able to give this unit a bit of armor. Your units may interact with each other, so this one might be giving a buff to this one. And this one maybe. This is starting to get a little bit confusing. You could regrow dead units, so say one of your units dies down here, you may have a card that lets you put it back here, and now it's like a zombie basically. The amount of creativity that's gone into playing with this very simple system and making it very interesting to navigate and find different interactions in is really, really impressive. The only other thing I'll say that's quite important, and especially important for talking about Ascend, is that in each of these rooms at the start of the fight, you have 5 space, although it goes down to 4 space in one of your rooms at high difficulty level. And generally, a unit might take up 2 space, so to put 2 units into this room might take 4 of your space, and then you just have 1 space left. You can sometimes increase the space in the room with cards, but you can never have more than 7 units in a room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is your absolute max. And that's something to be thinking about with placement of units. Cool. So, Hidden Passage is a card that says ascend a unit, and it costs 1, and it's a card. So anytime you're playing a card, it also costs a card draw, which is an important resource to be thinking about as well. As you go through a run, sort of like Boss Relics and Slay the Spire, you can pick up things which increase your Ember generated every turn. That's your energy type resource. They can generate the space on the floors in your train, or they can increase the number of cards you draw every turn. So this is a game where the value of drawing a card is actually about the same as the value of having an extra energy every turn. It's tremendously important, and so don't discount the fact that when you're putting a card in your deck, it does cost something to draw that, and it does cost something to not be able to draw the other cards as quickly. So, Hidden Passage. The thing that Hidden Passage does is somewhat simple at first glance, but incredibly complicated when you start to get into how this affects different things in the game. And that's like the second thing that I'm looking for in a game. One, I want to be able to explain it quickly and succinctly. I want the mechanics to not be overly complex and to bring you into the game straight away so you can start making decisions. But also, two, once I've done that, I want it to be clear to me that it's going to take me thousands of hours to get anywhere near feeling like I have a good grasp of how to do everything. And I'm starting to feel that way a little bit with Monster Train. I haven't played it long enough to say that for sure, but Hidden Passage lets you move one of your units up a floor. So I could take this unit and I can move it up a floor. And it doesn't like have maybe Summoning Sickness is the name I can think of in Magic the Gathering, where moving at a floor makes it not attack the next turn. Although there are some relics and artifacts in this game where like an enemy unit which moves between floors other than by naturally walking up at the end of each combat might get dazed, which is sort of like being stunned. It won't be able to attack for a turn, or it might take 2 damage or something like that. So there are some relics that interact with the actual effect of moving that make it better or worse. Um, so yeah, basically, if there was about to be a fight here, and my unit was about to die, and there was also an enemy unit here, maybe what I could do is I could move this unit up, and all of a sudden, the enemy unit's going to attack it, but maybe this enemy unit's a little bit weaker. I attack back, and instead of my unit dying, I'm killing the enemy unit. Now, the health damage on units does stick around. It's not like the 10 health unit, which takes 9 damage this round, just heals back to 10 for the next round. Sorry, I should specify exactly what I mean by rounds there. So turns in this combat. When you go to the next combat entirely, your units will all be at full health again. All of their buffs will be removed too, for the most part, except for some units which have permanently retained buffs, which are cool. But yeah, for next turn of this fight, if my unit goes from 10 health to 1 health, it's going to be at 1 health still. So this unit, which I put up here, will now be at 1 health, but that's better than dead. I might be able to put a different unit in front of it next turn, in which case it can still deal all of its damage and the other unit can tank for it. And I've engineered a better situation for myself. Okay, cool. That's one way that I can use Hidden Passage. Another way that I could use Hidden Passage is, let's say, there are 3 enemies here, and maybe one of them's a tank, one of them's a buffer, and one of them's a DPS unit. It's a fairly normal thing. Different units have different roles in a floor. Well, what if I take that DPS unit and I put it here? Now all of a sudden, we've got a buff and a buffer and a tank on floor 2, which that's just not very scary. It just doesn't deal that much damage. It might take a while for us to kill it. Maybe it will have enough health that it even gets all the way up to our pyre room at floor 4, but it won't even deal that much damage to the pyre. The pyre will just hit it pretty hard and kill it. And then the DPS unit is exposed. So maybe I have a unit up here which has Quick on it. Quick is an ability which lets you strike before the opponent. This is a game where usually the opponent strikes first, which is great, by the way, because it means that tanking and survivability and sacrificing units and blocking with units which aren't very important becomes a huge strategical element. So many of these games, like in XCOM, you generally go first, which means that the game can be reduced to making your soldiers so strong that they kill everything on the first attack, and you can get away with not having to worry at all about survivability. But in this game, the enemies go first, so usually that isn't true. But this DPS unit comes up, maybe we do have a quick unit, so we don't have to worry about that, and boom, we snipe it and it's dead. So that's pretty cool. We've got ways to use Hidden Passage in what I would describe as a breakdown situation. Going back to XCOM theory, to let us do things that we really want to do. And the other thing that I always talked about in XCOM theory was alpha strike situations. And in XCOM, I'm talking about situations which are under your control and you're trying to see just how strong you can get. You got everything under control, but there's a boss with 200 health coming soon. Can you do 200 damage to it? It's not enough to just have soldiers who get things under control. You have to be strong once you have them under control too. And the great thing about Hidden Passage is that you can take a scenario where you do have things mostly under control, but that boss fight's coming up and you don't have enough strength to kill it yet. And you can collapse floors with Hidden Passage. So say you have 3 units up here that's using all of your floor capacity, because they take 2 slots each, let's say. Let's say you have 4 units down here. You have maybe a couple of units which only take 1 floor slot. You can use Hidden Passage to ascend all 4 of these units. And then all of a sudden, up in floor 3, you've got the full 7 units which you're allowed. There would have been no way to get these onto floor 3 altogether without a card that let you ascend units. Or you could have put them all on floor 2 perhaps with a card that let you descend units and make them go downward. But what you've successfully done is you've successfully created a very, very strong team And once the bosses show up, and they're going to like presumably pretty easily get through floor 1 and floor 2 because you just don't have that much stuff on it. But maybe you can be applying some debuffs to them as they climb from floor 1 to floor 2 to floor 3, or you can be spending the time buffing your own units on floor 3. And then you're going to have this fight, the boss is going to attack, and you're going to attack back 7 times because you have 7 units. And getting that leverage on your attack phase and getting so much DPS set up behind one of your tanks is going to let you win a boss fight that your soldiers might not otherwise have been able to win. So this is a card which has some value in breakdown situations, and it gets more and more valuable in breakdown situations the better and better you are at using it, and the more and more adept you are at identifying situations where a certain artifact or a certain unit you have really make it better to be grabbing a hidden passage. But it's also, because of the mechanics of the game, sort of by itself an engine creating card, where the engine you're creating for late game is this death room where you have one very strong tank at the front, or maybe some other method of stopping incoming damage, and then a ton of DPS standing behind that tank, which is going to be able to kill anything in the game. So that is what Hidden Passage does, and hopefully it's also an interesting introduction into Monster Train and gives you some idea of the sorts of things I'm thinking about while playing the game and why I'm enjoying it so much. On top of all that, I do want to jump you back into the game. YouTube Jorbs is going to go away. This is a YouTube Jorbs, Twitch Jorbs collaboration here. But I want to show you a run that I played at max difficulty earlier today, sort of. I've slept since then, so I guess it was yesterday. I don't know. Where Hidden Passage ended up being a very, very, very pivotal card, coupled with one of the artifacts that I had on the run. And I was able to bring home a win at max difficulty. I have 4 Covenant 25 wins so far. That might sound crazy to some people, but I edited a text file. I didn't go from 0 to 25. I just started at 25, which is more interesting to me personally. And yeah, there's so much stuff to learn in the game. I haven't even unlocked all of... Well, I haven't unlocked all of the cards, but I haven't even seen every single one of the cards yet. I definitely haven't learned all of the interactions and all of the different things there are to play around with quite yet, because some cards interact with other cards in ways that seem benign at first, but then once you're actually in that moment, you're like, oh, this is like a scaling engine that can win me the game or something. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there slowly, and I'm really enjoying learning all this stuff. So, hopefully you've enjoyed this chat about Hidden Passage. If you liked it and want to see more stuff like this, let me know. And I hope that you enjoy the run and the gameplay too. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Let's see what we got. Stealth on the boss is really mean. Yeah, if we had one more high toughness unit, we could have managed okay there, but we just didn't quite have enough toughness. We're playing imps and morsels. We got a couple of mine collapses, a couple of hidden passages. Cool. Impressive. Sacrifice an imp to deal 50 damage to the front enemy unit. Unfortunately, we don't start with an imp in our deck, but you know. We get the same champion as last time. Pyre gets 40 health. Phase to enemy units when they enter the floor below the pyre room. It's probably pretty useful. So, same fellow as last time. Play gives us 5 armor. Play gives us 10 strength. I think we just take the 10 strength. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 3. And it's the AoE. No, it's not. Who can I put in front of my boss? Train stewards? We can ascend a train steward too. Um, I think the thorns are not that scary actually, and that we should go for the gold. It looks like the thorns are scary because we have low health units and stuff, but I think we can shoot them. I think it's just gonna be lots of 1 toughness people. Yeah, exactly. So I want to put this up here so that I have as long as possible to get these dead. I'm gonna shoot them as much as I can. Nice, we got the collector. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of those. Some train steers here can do some beating up of stuff. I guess we shoot one of these. If I put my demon in the middle for and ascended my demon, it would not be stunned, I do not believe. Hey, we did it. So now we have a boss fight incoming. And my big plan was to play another one of these and ascend it. Have 1 more full health unit there. Like so. Unfortunately, it's behind my... Yeah, well, yeah, that's unfortunate. I guess we'll eat a morsel. Morsels don't always give you energy, for what it's worth. We can't do anything with these, they don't fit on the floor. This was not that bad. We took 15. Okay, it was sort of bad. Maybe it was bad. The 75 gold's nice. Could take a 3rd hidden passage, ritual of battle, or a fortify. Don't know that I'm excited about any of those, so I think I'll just take a skip. Here's a making of a morsel here to get some morsel miners. That's +5/+5 on my units with some potential synergies. Quite a few potential synergies. There's also a space prism to try to get a bigger floor going. I think we should take this and try to make 1 really big unit and then feed it. So we're going to take this side, gain a Hellhorned unit. I guess we take a Horned Warrior. He needs health anyway. Well, we can give it some health. That's maybe good. Endless. When this unit dies, return its card to the top of the draw pile. And synergize with some stuff. Our Horned Warrior is suddenly a 29 health unit with 30 power. Seems better than before. I could just remove Impressive. Or we could assume that we're gonna end up doing something with it. I don't know.
think I like rerolling here. Take a multi-strike. Actually, for right now, I'm just gonna take more health on it. I'm just gonna make a 30-54 unit. We'll see if that can maybe block for us. Let's remove a Shade Splitter. And leap. Non-boss enemy units get a +4 strength. It should be fine. Just put morsels in front of them and stuff. So I think I like ascending this, so I can take it out while it has no friends. I can just kill this one. Definitely get that 50 gold. Same thing here. Let's ascend that. Should just be boss fight now, right? Yeah, boss is next. Nice, morsel excavator is an awesome morsel to get there. It'll full heal my demon. This is the enemy that has sweep. Rude. Both worthless. Let's get rid of you. So you're a little bit more threatening next turn, I think. Unfortunately, sweep is going to kill my yeah. My champion's gonna die before attacking here. It's one of those things. But we do win it with our 32-40 fellow. A new trophy. Alright. Fortify Molting Imp Hornbreak. I did have Impressive. I don't have a vent, right? I don't have any AoE yet. I think I take that Molting Imp. There's another Mine Collapse, another Making of a Morsel. I think we take Space Prism though for extra space on a floor. And our unit draft that we got for doing the trial, which was not difficult at all really, is I think 10 gold. Unless we want a Shadow Eater to tank for us. Maybe we want a Shadow Eater. If I took a Shadow Eater, I think I would need more stuff that dealt a lot of damage to stand behind it. Yeah, let's try a Morsel Master, actually. We've got the morsel generator that makes the good morsel, right? I think so. I think we have one of those. Did I skip it? Oh, there we go. Got one. Okay. Forge spells or gain an Umbra unit and duplicate a unit. Let's gain an Umbra unit and duplicate our big damage thing. Oh my gosh. I've never seen that before, I don't think. It's huge. Crucible Collector is quite good. We want to duplicate our Horned Warrior though. Just has good numbers on it. Take a look at this. I should have done this before duplicating something, probably. Let's go for an Umbra consumable, maybe? Trying to think what consumables I'd care about in particular. I think we go for Umbra. I don't think we care about that one at the moment. Damage shield, so nice. I think we have a lot of health though, right? GM Magnum. Thanks very much for the Twitch Prime. Longbow show to you too. Okay, so this is a boss fight. We fought this last time. Enemies get dazed when they enter this floor, so let's stack it with terrifying, terrifying, terrifying pieces and expect the enemies to die. I'm going to... let's see. Put you here, Mind Collapse on that, and ascend... this, so we can start killing it soon. Enemies attack first, that's correct. Poor things don't even realize they're gonna get eaten. Just play this. This is gonna explode and deal a bunch of damage to it. I think I'm gonna chill out. Dazed make something not attack for the next round. Okay, so... oh, that's funny, it's dazed. So it won't actually hit me. Did I put a Morsel Master up here? Probably. Even though I can't do anything with it right now, I'll expand the floor and then I'll be able to do stuff with it. Put Crucible Collector here. Let's Mind Collapse you, get some energy, make a Morsel Miner, and throw it down there. All of our units that enter the top room are dazed on Covenant 25. The only reason that other people's units are is that we have a relic that's causing that to happen. I could destroy this. Oh, actually I can't put the imp here. I guess I can then. Throw this imp down. Impressive. Blow some stuff up. Yeah, our champion has 48 power right now. He's been just getting a bunch of free kills. Space Prism took a while to find. Okay. Just kill that. Final wave. Like a bit more space there so I can actually make stuff. How much damage are we dealing? 108. I feel like we can do better. Let's go Train Steward, and Ascend. I suspect that now we're gonna be dealing a lot more than 108 with some extra tanks in front. I am dealing exactly 108. Well, shows what I know about this game. I can... Oh, it's only enemy units, this one. Damn. Alright, well... Let's see, ideal 527. I don't understand why that didn't... Oh, it's because I have lifesteal anyway. I actually should have put that creature in front of them, I think. Well, whatever. This is a very, very strong floor, and we're perfectly able to kill Daedalus here. Double the amount of rage on friendly units. Apply 4 rage, multi-strike 1, ember drain 4. Apply 25 armor? That's a lot of tank. Problem with Furnace Tap is that Ember Drain makes it so you have less energy every turn, and Ember Drain 4 makes it so you have 4 less energy. It does go down by 1 every turn, but it costs us 10 energy overall. We don't have a ton of energy here. I think I'm okay with taking armor. Not sure how good it really is. The general idea is going to be we get a lot of units that hit really hard. Like this one? I don't know, maybe. And then we try to ascend them to the top floor where enemies show up dazed, and then we just kill everything on the top floor over and over and over again. That is the general idea here. We want some really sweet units to do that with. We probably want to be upgrading them. There's a Helviant here to copy another unit. Maybe this 30 power thing is good enough. Yeah, I'm pretty sure just drawing cards is going to be the strong thing to do here. We don't necessarily have to make our top room into a large room because we're trying to ascend units into it, which means that we don't need the... We can ascend up to 7 units into it. Yeah, we don't actually need the space necessarily. We could forge units with new powers right before duplicating a unit. Here. Here. Seems sensible to me. Duplicate another unit there. See what we can get them. Yeah. Frenzy Stone is multi-strike. Strength Stone is strength. Both of those seem like pretty good hits. It does die to a stiff breeze, but you know, other than that. I think I just purge a card. The Impressive is not great, right? Oh, the Train Stewards are pretty terrible, though. Although they can tank for me. The Torches are also pretty bad. Everything's pretty bad. Like, we have, like, 8 cards that are good or something. And 20 cards that are bad. Units enter with 15 armor. Sure, bring it. These have haste, which means that they run to the top floor even faster. What fools. What fools. It's harder to kill them when, yeah, whoops. I have to think about this, maybe. Do I need to put a Train Steward in front? There's not enough space to. Put that in front? No. Oh, but they don't attack us at all, because they're dazed. They just, like, get wrecked by us and then go to the pyre and die. So, 80 plus 36. We put this one first, I think. We've seen a spell with piercing, but do any units have piercing? Not that I can think of off the top of my head, but maybe. Just because I can't think of them doesn't mean they don't exist. I think we go... In order to get this gold, I think we have to put a Molting Imp on our top floor, which is a little bit awkward. But I think it's okay. At least we get the gold that way. And then we grab a Horned Warrior here and ascend it And we have one more unit in the top. Get this ready to go again. Throw some armor on, like, you, I guess? Yeah. Yeah, we need that for the end. Definitely. Okay. You'll be fine on your own down there for a while. We do seem to have some energy this turn. I guess creating more space here doesn't really do anything because we're ascending stuff into the room. Awkward. Would really be nice to have the 54 health things first, wouldn't it? That would just be slightly better. Make some space here. I'm not entirely sure why. Work it out later. Do I ascend this as well? Sure, why not? Hi. Very intimidating. I'm just gonna leave this to die, I guess. Wow, it's dealing a lot of damage by itself. I wonder if I could have just won on the bottom floor there, actually. I don't think I would have won. Wonder how close I could have gotten. Oh, they just, like, killed my thing. Oh, also, you're dead. Okay. Definitely lacking some social distancing on the top floor there. Definitely true. I like doubling armor on a unit. I think this is important for our kill floor. Maybe also applying damage shield 1 to the front unit. No, I'd rather go for armor. Forge spells, duplicate another big shitty thing. Yeah. Let's hit things harder. What does this do? Enhance a unit. Enhance my magical power. Okay, so the unit purges, or the spell purges. We're pretty happy to purge one of our spells, I think. Let's get rid of... let's get rid of this, actually. Duplicate the 40 times 2. believe. Remove 2 cards. We're gonna remove a torch and a shade splitter, I think. Can't think of much reason why one would be that much better than the other. I want some way to create armor that doesn't consume at the moment. Enemy unit center with spell shield 2. I don't think we care. I'm pretty sure we don't care. We're just gonna hit them like so hard. Can you damage the pyre with spells? Can I damage my own pyre with spells? Why would I want to do that? Let's go this here, this here, this here, and then ascend it. Ready to go. Bring it on. Show me what you got. Oh, I am. Yeah, that's free. I'm not gonna kill this actually. If I throw this here and throw this behind it, now all of a sudden I am able to kill this too. Once we get to the top floor, I mean, I'll be able to kill it. Throw this here and then double it later. That's how we're tanking against the boss. What happens when you overflow? You can only have 7 units on a floor. If you already have all of the pips full, like here, you can't play new things on that floor either. I can't play anything here, for example, which is a bit of a problem actually, because I want to be able to play this stuff so I can ascend it. Maybe I shouldn't have played the train steward. Probably shouldn't have played the train steward. Yeah, that's not great. Oops. This doesn't even die. Oh my gosh. May have killed myself. Middle floor has less capacity as a covenant thing. A random floor has less capacity each game. Okay, a little bit better. I wasn't actually trying to play that, and I even right-clicked. I'm not sure I understand why that went off. Thought I right-clicked. Ifazil. This is like slight problems here. Would it be too broken if you chose where it ascended? It would certainly be stronger, I guess. Final wave. How are we doing? We're doing okay. I think we're surviving. Wait, my Big Mac, thanks for the 2 years. Bomosho to you as well. Can stuff like survive long enough for this to even hit once? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can deal 80. Oh, there's not enough room to even play at all. Okay, we just have to deal all 0 then. Play a train steward, I guess. So we don't draw it again. It is dazed and dead. DED. Cool. 53 damage taken. Not great. Apply Rage 4 and Armor 5. Ascend a unit and apply Daze. So we could get more armor for later. For our front tank. Can I upgrade that spell? Sure, I don't see why not. Or I could get better at... Yeah, I don't think we need this. I think we need this way more. Okay. Been enjoying the game, not a snake IRL. So, forge spells. I have 700 gold to work with here. There's Descend as well, yeah. Consume this to apply multi-strike. Consume this to apply endless. Consume this to apply trample. If I had the ability to play this, I'd be into it. I also need a way to generate rage, which I'm not very good at. Yeah, I don't really think we need any of these. If I could play this, I'd want it. Just can't play it. Apply endless to a friendly unit. Is there something that I would enjoy making endless for some reason? Molting Imp? Not really. I guess Trample is probably okay. I'll take Trample. I would like Inflame to cost 1 less. I would like one of my torches to consume, I think. I don't... This is like okay. I think I'd rather not. Alright, this is what we've got. It's probably fine for Hidden Passage to cost 1 less. I'm generally going to be happy to use that. That's great, I think, for Mind Collapse or a Torch to have more damage. Probably Mind Collapse is the best. And Twitch, thanks very much for the Twitch Prime. Bomo show to you too. Next up, we're going through... Honestly, don't know. None of this seems very good. Maybe we're looking at artifacts. Just wondering if I want to purge some cards. There are some pretty bad cards. Let's purge some cards. We're a little bit slow to get set up, I would say. Alabaster guards have multi-strike and Fel empowers them with rage. Okay, so we're hoping for someone with some health to put in front on our top floor at the start here. And then we're probably pretty much good. Would be the hope. You have some health. You tend to hit things somewhat hard. Are you here and you can ascend later? I think just play this here so it dies. I just don't want it. Smells a little bit spooky. Throw a Molting Imp in front and be mostly fine. Grab this Horned Warrior so we can ascend it later. Hopefully sometime soon. And get rid of one of these too. It's mostly okay. Well, those are dazed and about to die. So I think I'm mostly okay with that. This isn't going to die though. Oh, we can Mind Collapse this and then it dies. Alright, cool. So I want to Space Prism here and play this multi-striking Horned Warrior while I can. I want to throw that there. This is enough to kill that. And we can kill that as well. I like the fact that you attack second. Yeah, it forces you to work out some way to tank incoming attacks, which is not always a requirement in games like this. I like it too. Let's ascend you. This has sweep, so we want to get something with 4 health off that floor. Honestly, I could also ascend you if I wanted. If I ascend you two, then I can go Morsel Master. And feed this a morsel. So careful balancing between offense and defense. Yeah, for sure. For sure. These are angry. All I can really do is put a train steward in front of them, and I mean, it doesn't really successfully solve the problem. But that's all I drew. This impressive that purges itself when I play it is definitely still in my deck. Let's give you trample or something? Why not? Someone's gonna need it. Put this in front of the Morsel Master, I think. Tanks a little bit, but that's completely fine. We want to kill this with the Mind Collapse. More energy, great. Get some more armor for you. I can go Hidden Passage, but I think it might be a bit better to... I think I could making up a morsel and feed this to morsel miners and get it up to 40 power. Maybe that doesn't even really do anything. Yeah, let's just do this stuff. This is the final wave. It's a 10 times 2. That's all you got. That's all you got, huh? These kills are all getting fed to the Hornbreaker Prince, which is awesome. Might as well just hit you. And the point of all this armor stuff is now I can double it, and I have 167 health at the front. So I'm pretty sure we win this one. I don't think we managed to lose this. Cool. Second reinforce. Feels like it could be good. I think I like more card draw. I I think we have enough energy to do the things that we're trying to do. We just need to draw them. Okay, so I'm gonna go remove 2 cards in the interest of drawing the cards that I need to draw to win the game. I could also forge units, which would be like fine, I guess. But just feels way better to me. Remove cards at the moment. Look at this Merchant of Trinkets too if we want. Your pyre gets 1 strength for every 10 gold you have. Deal 2 damage to an enemy unit. If you slay it, you get 50 gold. Huh. I guess I'll take the Gift of Gratitude. Well, will I? Just take Heaven's Gold, I think. Doesn't get in the way as much. Equip referral link is broken. It does not super surprise me. It's been a while. What's in here? We can purge a card for 240 gold. I'm going to a Merchant of Magic next floor, so we'll chill out on that, I think. Multi-striking, trampling, slaying. They're very similar, aren't they, actually, these two? This one will generally be better if we can put any rage onto it. Let's remove a torch and a shade splitter. And go. FO awaits us. Start of battle, enemy units appear on each floor. The way to lose some pyre health for 400 coins. Sure. Actually, like, I sort of get to multi-strike those and get stronger off them. Because it's not even clear that it's bad that they are here. Playing almost all of them. I think what I do is I put this multi-striker here. And it's gonna need some armor. That should be okay. Ouch. Oh my god, that was 30? Oh my god. Okay, maybe that was bad. Maybe that wasn't so good. In retrospect. I do get to play probably another one of these. And then ascend you. Probably the wrong order. And I guess we play you too. Now it's starting to feel like it probably is impossible for it to matter that much. Beyond the damage that we took at the start, which was 30 pyre damage. But we got 400 gold for it, I don't know. We definitely want to be in flaming whenever we can. Now the tanky one can't be up front. I mean, it's completely fine. This one's the tanky one now. Look at me, I'm the tanky one now. Okay. Let's get you out of here so you don't get swept with the Ember Drain, which has not been super fun so far. Pull one of you. Also, these are killing too fast and this isn't getting to slay. It isn't getting to slay? Hmm. Can I rescue you from this floor? Can you ascend? No. I could throw this in front of you, I guess. There sure are a lot of really bad cards in this deck still. All right, we are now set to go. Hey, we did it. We got rid of impressive. I've been trying to get rid of that for such a long time. Feels like it's been a while. Yeah, you got me. You got me. It's fair. GG. Get an extra 400 gold out of that. There's another Inflame. Ooh. Do I need another Inflame? The one that I have, I upgraded, so it's like more than twice as good. I think I probably don't need another Inflame. Kevin. Descend friendly and enemy units on this floor. Doesn't quite seem like what I want. I think engine upgrades, sort of. I mean, we don't need capacity on anything other than the top floor, it seems like. Merchant of Steel lets us forge units. I'd rather forge spells and duplicate some more damage stuff. So, I mean, unless we need the pyre health, I guess, is the only thing. May need the pyre health. Hopefully I don't die to not having enough pyre health. That would be sad. But I think I'll need my spells to be cheaper because we're going to have to spend on removing curses here. Remove, consume, and cost +1. This here is fine. So I can remove consume on reinforce. Do I need to though? I don't really feel like I need to. It's very expensive to do that. It does mean that if I successfully set up, we have the ability to have a very large amount of armor on a unit. Let's try it. And the thing is, I'm not sure that I even like need this, you know? Let's roll. Double stack. 50 armor seems good. More damage on this is probably okay. Less cost for hidden passage. The other reinforce maybe. So I can actually play it. Most of these cards are cards I don't care about playing a lot of the time, or which don't get played more than once. So usually go engine upgrade to guarantee that I can play it the first time I draw it, because I don't necessarily need to play the reinforced body the first time I draw it. We can finish off spending all of our gold by removing a card. Making of a morsel seems pretty bad now. And oh, I didn't even look at this. I should really have looked at this. Whatever. I can remove Morsel Master is pretty bad. I guess it's better than Train Steward, isn't it? Get rid of Shade Splitter. Get rid of... yeah, let's get rid of a Train Steward. And I can duplicate either... I can reasonably duplicate... where'd it go? This. It's not completely insane to duplicate this. It's also not insane to duplicate this. And it's not insane to duplicate one of the high damage units. They all seem fine. I think we go high damage unit because I think the most concerning thing is dying early. Alright. Let's try this battle. See, thanks very much for the 10 months of when we show to you as well. Okay, so far we're not dead yet. That's good. What happens when you die? You have slay triggers, you have harvest triggers. Fire only has 21 health though. Can be dead, but not that long. Just get rid of this. Ragon, thanks very much for the 33 months. Agbomusho to you as well. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't much like you dazing me, to be honest. Seems important to get as much damage as I possibly can. Up to this floor. That's 60, it's like 180. Not necessarily killing the back one at the moment. I guess we go like... yeah, something like that should do pretty well, right? Please stop sapping my pieces. Time for like... Those look scary. Let's kill one of these, actually. And I think time for you to run away? Okay, we got those covered. Less space on this floor, more space on this floor. I'm passionate about the like dying part here. 30, 45. This keeps most of you alive. I'd apply 50 armor to you. Do I need to? We've got quite a lot of damage here, right? Actually, putting trample on this gets another stack. So that's actually really important. That puts it up to 90 times 2. Sort of popping off. Yeah, I think we win now. I think that's all we needed. Raising things pretty OP. The reason this is working so well is that we got this Light's Gift relic right at the start of the game. Apply daze to enemy units when they enter the floor below the pyre room. Without that, this is nowhere near as strong, but we have it, so. So have 380 armor on our front unit here. Oh, it's time. I'm killing the boss before the other enemies. Whoops. GG. Did a strong thing. It was strong enough. You've seen me win the last 4 games in a row. It's interesting. That's the first run I've won in like several hours. We have some gold frames. It's the first win with the Hornbreaker Prince. Hornbreaker Prince carried pretty hard at the end there.